Hello folks, today I wanted to break down the differences between smokers. I have three different styles here. This one here has the leather bellow, which works very well. This one here is an older one. It has more of a vinyl bellow. And then there's this new rubber style bellow. As far as the canisters on the bellows, you can get them in different sizes. See the size difference here. And the size difference here and here. But one of the biggest differences, like I pointed out, is the bellows. The material they're made out of. Now, this was brought up here recently on Facebook. There was a large discussion on bellows and which ones were better. I started off with this smoker. This used to be my grandfather's smoker, and after they had both passed away, this was handed down to me. I was very proud to use it, and I used it for many years. This one here was also my grandfather's, but I never really used it a whole lot because the vinyl gives a lot of resistance in squeezing the bellow. I can notice a huge difference between the vinyl and the leather. Comparing them to the rubber bellow, it is mind-blowing how easy you just lightly touch it and puff, puff, puff. These ones here take a lot more hand action to get them to react. Where this one here is just so easy to get it to smoke. I mean, puff, 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 it's easy. As far as lighting them, they're all the same. As far as any other factors or differences that I see, the newer ones come with the cage. I do really like that. That keeps you from burning yourself or maybe even starting a fire. These older ones, a lot of the older ones didn't have the cage around them. You can buy the leather ones today with the cage and the leather bellow. I'm not sure if the vinyl is even made anymore, so I don't even know that that's worth discussing. But at one time they were made of vinyl. One of the downsides that I don't like about the leather, besides it takes a little bit more squeezing action to get it to puff, is the fact that, when you're out there inspecting your hives, it's always a good idea to practice never getting in the hives when it's raining. But at the same time, I'm sure many of you, right along with myself, have been in the hives and here it starts to sprinkle or rain or whatever. So you try to hurry up and finish your inspection so you can get out of there. Well, during that time, this leather gets wet. What does leather do when it gets wet and dries? It starts to crack. What does rubber do when it gets wet? Lets the water run right off. It's not affected. Long term, sun may damage this if you leave it right out in the sun, but that's not something I practice. I use it, put it out, I put it away. Same with any of these. But that leather, I'm sure there's a conditioning agent that you could get to put on it. What that's going to do for it long term, I don't know. I noticed mine feels a little rough because it's gotten wet a handful of times when I was out there making inspections, but it still works. It hasn't started to crack yet. Now this vinyl one, I've noticed I'm starting to get some pretty sharp corners that are starting to tear. And that's right in the action of the bellow, right where it squeezes together. On this rubber one, I don't seem to have any lines that I'm concerned about. And I really like this. I don't make anything for, you buying the rubber ones. I'm just pointing out that I like these rubber ones a lot better than these. These work fine. And yes, I believe you can buy just this bellow and add to any smoker. I'll try and find a link for that and leave it in the description in case you're interested in just changing out your bellow. These ones here are older, so maybe the new leather ones aren't quite as stiff to squeeze and to get smoke. But at the same time, you're still going to have the leather issue. You know, that if it gets moist at all, it's going to start to dry out and crack. So these are just a couple points that I wanted to bring out and see how everybody felt about it. Which ones do you prefer? Do you prefer the leather? Do you prefer the rubber? Do you have one that's made of vinyl? Leave your comments below. I'm anxious to see how everybody feels about their smokers, and at the same time, it'll help all these new people that are getting into beekeeping and about to purchase bellows, or smokers. So thanks for watching JC's Bees, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. One last thing I wanted to bring up is I've seen quite a few people putting their email address in the comments. And the problem with that is something's gonna find it, a computer or somebody, and before you know it, you're gonna be blown up with spam in your email box. So if you want to email me, I would like to real quickly tell you, if you go to my channel, click on the About tab, and then scroll down, you're going to see where it says business inquiries or something to that effect. And right there, you'll be able to get my email. Other than that, it's no big deal. You can email me any of your questions or anything at all you want to. So just wanted to point that out real quick because a lot of people don't realize that it's that way on most anybody's channel. If you go to the About tab and then scroll down, you can find their email number, their email address to contact them. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Talk to you later.